Were you a little worried there with the way Jaguar was playing that you guys might have a strong effort and just get beat by a hot goalie there?
I was worried about it after the flurry at the end of the second period.
The 2 saves on the Semin?
Yeah, the saves on Semin and that was going. I said, we just might be one of these nights, that happened. But at the same time, I thought he hadn't played in a long time, and if we kept pressuring him, and he might tire a little bit in the third period. I don't know if he did or not, but, the wind went out of his sails, I think, after we got the third one.
It seemed like you guys had more in the tank as a team in the third period.
Well, they're on a 13-day road trip, that was their fourth game on the road, so it's and we're at home, and we're at home you got the crowd to re-energize you when you're down a little bit, and they didn't have that, but it was a lot tougher than the score was indicated.
I think it was Bobby Ryan that always kept harsh there. Can a hit turn the point of the game?
It often does. I don't know if that was the turning point. I thought we just kept coming and that, but a hit a lot of times can be such a crowd getter into her. That's not even English. But you know what I'm talking about. No.
Bruce, we often talk about the firepower that this club is capable of, but you're in a 1-1 hockey game in the third period, and 2 minutes and 30 seconds later, it's 4-1. From a coaching standpoint, what's that like for you? How good is that?
Well, it's nice from my standpoint that you got that kind of those kind of weapons at your disposal, and you just like I knew Ovi was going to have a good game today because he didn't get any points yesterday, and I thought Nicky was by far the best player on the ice, and he just didn't get rewarded for it, but he was spectacular. But you've got weapons on every line that can score, and it was again the third line that got it generated. I don't know how that went unassisted, but unless they changed it, but because I thought Morrison passed to Morrison.
I haven't seen the.
But anyway, that's here nor there at this point. But you're right. It's a good feeling to have, because what happens then is when you're behind, you always know you have a chance to catch up. There's some teams that when they get behind and scoring is tough, that they go, how are we going to get 2 goals? And I think we have the ability to do that.
We've seen this team sit back in the past before, Bruce, but to be able to put on a performance like that in the third period when you played last night and finished with 41 shots, it's got to be a good feeling.
The guys like what they're doing right now, and they like winning. And it's and we talked about it in the dressing room in between periods. It's about going after them. They had a good thing going, and let's just take it right to them and see where it leads. And again, we scored early, which I think was a big relief for a lot of guys on the bench. But we wanted. We knew that we hadn't played a lot of real close games lately, and this was a game that we wanted to. It was like a playoff game for us. Can we play in a close game? Can we get the lead, hold on to the lead? Can we do those things? And I thought we did a good job in the third period.
Michael Neuburg faced a lot of the shots were from the outside. He wasn't tested that much, but I would say there were 2 or 3 that he had to make key saves on those. One early in the third period. What did you think of him?
I thought he was really good. I thought he controlled everything. I think smothered it, and we ended up getting a lot of face-offs in our zone. But I think we're one of the better face-off teams. So when you have that, that's to your advantage. And Artie was saying that he, out of 30 shots, 15 of them he smothered for face-offs, which is really, really good.
Do you feel like his confidence is all the way back? The other day he said he thought his career was over after he got pulled those 2 times.
Well, that's a young guy. I honest to goodness, I went through the same thing. And you think, oh my God, I've lost it. I'm no good anymore. But I think his career is fairly good for the next few years.
Bruce, when you're on this kind of winning streak, there's an almost a feeling that you can do no wrong, and if you don't get a break, you're going to find a way to overcome it no matter what.
Well, that's the confidence part about it, and it works conversely the other way. If you're on a losing streak, you sit there and you go, oh man, how are we going to lose this one today? And on a winning streak, I don't know how it's going to happen, but we're going to pull it out. And when you do usually lose, it's a real close game, and then stuff happens. But we don't want that to happen to us.
Mike Knuble found hands there on kicked it to himself.
Found hands. I think he scored 7 goals in the last 7 games. I mean,
normally it's whacking away. It seemed like that was kind of a little more skilled than we used to see him.
he's got lots of skill. He just, the other guys show it more than him. He just goes to the net and it's usually around there. But, you don't score 20 goals in the league plus for 8 years in a row without some skill. I know what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's not a goal that he gets, but he's a skilled player, I think.
Alexander Simmon, he took a penalty, but it seems like, has he kind of turned the corner a little bit? Has he kind of, in terms of effort every night?
He sure is playing hard. I mean, you can't say there's not a lot of negative things about Alex Simmon you could say right now. I mean, he's on a roll, and we haven't, only Ovi that I've seen in this part. I'm sure the Sedins are saying that they're on a better roll, but at the same time, he's comes to play every night, and he's doing it with a smile on his face, which is really good. He's smiling. Usually you can't tell. He's,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah.
Coach, you guys are on an 8-game win streak now, and the record, I guess, is 10, 83-84 season, and the team wasn't even alive. So how much are you guys thinking about that? Is that you weighing on your minds at all?
I wish you hadn't have brought that up. That's because I don't know if anyone knows anything about that yet.
Yeah.
So, you guys do.
Someone put it in the notes.
Yeah, but we haven't discussed that. We haven't thought about it. And if it ever gets to that point, well, then we'll see.
Quick update on tomorrow. We'll have an extremely optional practice at 11 a.m. at Kettler.
Might be me and Holtby.
Optional for reporters.
Well, so-
It's always optional for you guys.